Hi, I'm Joyce.
And I'm Adrielle.
And we are Divinely Guided. How are you all tonight? We hope you're having a fantastic weekend, a super Sunday, that you have been practicing some self-care. Have you been practicing self-care, Adri? Of course you have.
Yes.
What type of self-care have you been practicing this week?
This week. Okay, I've been exercising again.
Which is good.
Yeah, because I had stopped because I was not doing well physically, but we're back.
Right.
So I've been working
She
out
said,
again.
we're back.
We're back. So I've been working out, and I've also been doing some yoga, and I've been doing a lot of art, a lot of painting, as you know, and a lot of journaling.
Yes.
A lot of journaling.
Those are all really great things. And I'm glad you mentioned so many great things, because tonight is like we're just going to stop and do a recap.
Yes.
Because this is our 20th episode. Can you believe it's been 20 episodes already? How many months is that? Almost.
Don't ask me to do math.
It's over 4 months. It's more than 4 months.
Sure.
But anyway, we are going to talk about some of the things, just do a quick recap of the things that we've talked about. Hopefully you have started to think about some of these self-care habits. Hopefully you've put some of them into play in your life. You can hear about good things over and over and over again, but they only help you when you start to use those good things, when you start to apply those things to your life. So if you haven't started applying these, if you've listened and thought, oh, that's so good, oh, I like that. If you haven't tried it yet, what are you waiting on? So tonight is your gentle reminder to practice self-care. Try some of these things. Come back and give us comments on which ones you tried and how you felt as a result of it. Is it something that really worked for you? Is it something that you now want to do on a continuing basis? Or is it something that didn't quite resonate for you? Because not all things will. Yes?
Yeah.
All right, so let's look back at some of the things that we've talked about for self-care. We started out with yoga.
Yes, we did.
Yes, and of course yoga is still a very important part of your life. You did yoga today, right?
Yeah.
You went to the yoga studio?
I sure did.
Yes, and since we talked about that, we had another class at the church.
Yeah, another course.
Another course,
Yeah.
not a class. So a 4-session course on breathe yoga. And we talked about yoga, breathing. And one of the things that I noticed this time was that I felt noticeably stiffer. So if you're not actively getting better, you're passively getting worse.
Is that why you posted that on Facebook?
No, but that does apply. It does apply. I thought about it after I posted it. It's like I haven't been actively stretching my muscles like I should, and so I was stiffer this time. But yoga. Have you thought about yoga? Have you tried any yoga? Everybody who's tried yoga, raise your hand. Okay, put it in the comments below. But it's great for stretching. It's great for breathing. It's great for centering yourself, when you say.
Yeah.
Yes. So get out there and give that yoga a try. Meditation. I hope for certain you've tried meditation.
Yeah.
That is one of the things that I do on a regular basis is meditation. What about you?
I have been doing better with meditation because I will go through phases where I don't meditate as often, but I've been back on it lately. It's very important.
Yes. And I too go through stages where I meditate sometimes more often than others. Right now is a more often than other stage, because right now I'm working on some things in my life that I want to see changes, and meditation is always for me one of those good practices
Yeah.
to get me where I need to be. So it helps get my mind right. So yes, I've been doing a lot of meditating. My favorite meditation continues to be a gratitude meditation. I still, although I do some meditations where I sit and just enjoy the stillness and the quietness and being in the moment, I still prefer the gratitude meditations. where I'm actively practicing gratitude. And I like those that are led. I have a couple online that I really prefer. I did my favorite one again this morning. The one where the leader of the meditation actually says, thank you for the air we breathe. I love that one. When she says it, it sends me to a whole new dimension because we don't even think about the air we breathe. But if God did not supply us the good, clean air, we could not have life at all. So I love the gratitude meditation. I made a new word.
You did.
I made a whole new word.
I like manifestation meditations lately. Because that's what I've been kind of working towards, manifesting some things.
Yes. And that is that's an important one too. And I'm also working on that manifestation meditations as well. I have to say I'm definitely on that one. But anyway, so we hope you're trying some meditation. The episode number 3, we talked about one of my favorite things, positive affirmations. When you are very deliberate in what you are saying to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. So have you been doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. That is one of the things that you really need, that consistency, because as we said when we did that session, we so often just default to negative things. So you have to be very deliberate. Again, if you're not actively getting better, you're passively getting worse. If you're not actively telling yourself positive things, your mind is defaulting to some negative things. So positive affirmations, and definitely I'm on that train in particular right now. Another episode was on nighttime routines. And Adrielle shared with you all her nighttime routines. And the most important thing to remember with that is just to develop one.
Yeah.
Develop something that is going to help you wind down, calm down, and get ready for bed.
And we talked about in there, like, just mindfulness, just being in that moment when you're doing
when
your
you're going
routine.
through the process,
instead of doing it to get to the end, just enjoying each moment for what it is.
And that's a whole word right there.
It is
Mindfulness and enjoying your moments for what they are.
Yeah.
And taking from those moments what you can get.
From those moments. Yeah.
And learning from those moments what you can learn. And enjoying in those moments the things that are to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
We just miss out on so many pleasurable things because we just rush
Thinking about
through
the
it.
next.
Right.
And I'm always thinking, what are we rushing for? Let's just slow down and like enjoy everything about this moment.
Yeah. Absolutely. That is so true. So hopefully you've established a good nighttime routine. And if you have, share it with us. Let us know about it. Another good episode we had was the episode on feeding your spirits.
I don't remember that one that well.
Well, we talked about doing things that feed your spirit.
Yeah.
Whether it was like one of the things with you was being out in nature.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and hanging out with friends.
Today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that today.
Yeah. And so feeding your spirit is a very important thing, because we also talked about at that time how we just ingest so much junk. We ingest so much negativity. We listen to music with terrible lyrics. We listen to opinions and Facebook posts and all that that are negative.
Yeah.
Don't feed yourself a bunch of negative things. It becomes a part of you. So hopefully you are feeding your spirit with some good and positive things. Yes? Okay. Another good podcast that we had was physical fitness.
Yes.
Get moving. So, who's moving? Be honest. Have you put some physical movement into your days? Have some physical activity. I know you have.
Oh, yeah.
You do a lot.
You
did some today. What was your physical activity
Well,
today?
I did multiple. I did yoga, but then I also went skating.
Right. Yes, I knew you did.
Skating is great cardio. It really is.
Yeah, I have gotten back to getting some steps in. I got me a new step tracker, and because I destroyed my last one.
I'm about to fall asleep.
You about to fall asleep?
I'm so tired.
I was just about to say, am I that boring?
You're not boring. I'm just really tired.
Lord, we're in trouble.
I've just yawned like 3 times.
We're in trouble if the host is about to fall asleep. Man,
awake.
we are tilling bad ground. Okay. Another thing we talked about, let's rush on, is journaling.
Journaling, yeah.
And I absolutely love journaling, and it made me go pull out my journals.
This was one of my favorite episodes.
Uh-huh.
Just to sit and talk about journaling. I do it like all the time.
Yeah. I do journaling too, and I've pulled out my big sketchbook again that I use for journaling because it just allows me to really just create in a graphic presentation, things that I'm working on.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm working on some stuff now.
Yeah, and I think that's something that we've always bonded over.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really nice to get to have that discussion.
And I love that. I went back and I actually looked, and I had journals back to 1999.
I was one.
Yeah. Of the ones that I think there's only one that I know for certain that I destroyed, but the rest of them I have kept.
You know what? I don't even want to know. I'm not even going to ask.
Well, I'll tell you, it was during a very negative, dark period in my life, and it was just filled with darkness and negativity. I didn't want to keep.
That's not funny. I've got one journal like that. It's from middle school, so you can probably imagine.
It was just dark.
And I will never look at it again. I've thought about burning it.
I took the pages out and shredded them. I was like, this is bad. And it was in a pretty black binder, but it was just so negative. I didn't want to keep it. I didn't want to keep it.
Diary.
But other than that, I should have brought the stack down here. I have a stack of all different kinds of journals.
Me too.
And it's interesting. I've never been a person who likes the color pink, but so many of my journals are pink.
Interesting.
That is interesting. I thought, when I was looking at it, I was like, these are shades of pink. And I've never been a pink kind of girl.
You haven't.
It's too soft for me.
Okay.
All right. But anyway, journaling was an episode. Another episode was, and I can't see that one, personal time. And the need for personal time and establishing personal time and scheduling yourself some personal time.
I don't remember this one.
And sticking to it.
It's a couple of them that just didn't stick in my brain, and that's one of them.
It's personal time. And see, your personal time is critical for you.
It is, but I don't remember us like in depth talking about it on the podcast that well.
No, okay. Well, we talked about it. You talked about your Saturdays.
I should watch it again.
Okay. Well, hopefully you all enjoyed personal time more than she did.
I enjoyed it.
And hopefully you have made a habit of scheduling some personal time for yourself. Okay. And when I have these glasses on, you just see those ring lights just
But I can't function
just
without
in here. Well, with me reading all this stuff off the computer screen, I can't function without them. So it is what it is today. But personal time, schedule you some, make it a priority. And this is a good one. I went back and looked at it a little while the other day. Extending grace.
Oh, I was about to say what?
No, extending grace.
Yeah.
Because that is something, even though we talked about it, I realize I still struggle with that perfectionist trait. I still struggle sometimes to extend myself grace.
I feel like I've gotten a lot better.
Yes. But I'm working on it. Extending myself grace. Expanding your mind, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because it is something that we really owe it to ourselves to expand our minds, to try different things, to read stuff, to continue to grow. I heard someone say the key to success is just that keep educating yourself. So you keep on educating, keep expanding your mind. Keep learning more, keep trying new things.
Yeah.
There's so much out there in life that you're missing out on because you're not willing to try it.
Yeah.
So just expand your mind.
Just not putting limits on what you're allowed to do and know and be.
And be, right. I was going to say that, who you allowed to be. Because so many times we don't even think in terms, we do think in terms of what we feel like we can't be.
Yeah.
You can be anything you decide you want to be.
Instead of subscribing to these like almost curated personalities. you can create your own and
Right.
become a hodgepodge of lots of different things.
Oh,
which will
absolutely.
be uniquely you.
Right, absolutely. We talked about the benefits of sunshine and how, particularly, we talked about how getting some sunshine is really good for your consumption and absorption of vitamin D and all the multitude of benefits. So I hope that you are doing 15 minutes a day, 15 to 30 minutes a day in the sunshine.
I don't see you outside very much.
I feel like I get 15
Do you?
minutes of sunshine. Do I?
I don't know.
I do
Of
stay
course,
home.
I'm not here most of the day,
I do stay home a lot.
so I do not know.
I do stay home a lot, but I've been working on that lately. I've actually gone some places
You have
lately.
gone some places.
I've gone to lunch with some people lately. And I'm going to work on getting out more. I remember I had an aunt who was very energetic, could make you laugh. She knew a lot of people. She was very involved in her church. And then one day she just went in her house and she retired from her job like I did. And she got where she came out less and less. And I realized if I'm not careful, I will become that person. I could easily stay in the house all the time.
That would drive me insane.
What, staying in the house?
Yes.
It's easier when you're older.
And I'll also say this. I feel like if I had my own home, I can see myself coming out of it less. I can see that, actually.
But I, as a matter of fact, I've gotten where I've never been the most, I could play it off well, never been the most social person. And I could play it off well, and people just thought I was a little snooty. They didn't realize I was just uncomfortable being around a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I feel that has taken on new proportions lately. And I was taking care of some business this week, and a couple different times I had to go into locations, and I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna have a complete meltdown. I'm surrounded by all these people, and they're close to me, and I'm melting down. So I do need to work on going outside more often. And I went to one lunch, and people were like, oh, Joyce, we're so surprised to see you. That was this week. I went to one of my coworkers is leaving, and I went to her goodbye lunch. But anyway, okay. We went off the trails, but we were talking about the benefits of sunshine. So hopefully you have instituted that into your daily activities, getting out into the sunshine. One day you said something about, and it wasn't on that episode, but you said, how did you phrase it? Touch earth or
Touch grass.
touch grass? Yeah, go out, touch some grass, and let the sun shine on your face.
You just skipped a bunch. You were like, here.
Oh, and then okay.
Wait.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, that I was right before. My class is right there.
Yeah.
That I did at the Department of Human Resources. Okay, and then we had an episode on setting boundaries. Are you clearly setting those boundaries? Are you recognizing boundaries for other people? Huh?
That's a big one too.
Are you working on it? I didn't hear you.
Please work on that one.
Work on it.
We all
It's critical.
work on that one.
We need to all work on it. I've been trying to be more aware of it lately. Do you think I'm making any progress?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. I've been trying to be
No.
aware.
You have not.
She said no. We talked about the importance of sleep. Sleep has so many consequences for not getting enough sleep and benefits for getting sleep. So please, work on getting yourself some more sleep. I have started now going back to doing the melatonin, chewing the...
Those don't work well for me.
They have mixed results for me. They make me sleepy the next day, though. That is the bad part.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, and see, I can't afford to do that. One of my favorites was guarding your financial health.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did a little master class that day.
Did I do a master
A
class
little master class
on financial health?
on financial literacy, yeah.
But it's critical for our self-care. So often I feel like women in particular, we leave our financial well-being in the hands of someone else. Know what's going on with your finances. Make it your business. Someone asked me, is it too late to start working on to establish an investment account? And when I say an investment account, that is an account where you can do it yourself, or you can let the advisors make investments, but they're buying stock, they're buying different investment products through that investment account based on where you are in life and what you're trying to achieve. So no, it's never too late. No, there's no amount that's too small. Even if you start with $25 per pay period that you put in that investment account, that's better than putting nothing in that investment account. Because 0 times 0 always equals 0.
Yeah.
But that 25 multiplied by every time you put some in there. Plus, when you're investing, there's opportunity for it to grow.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yes, so it's not just a $25; it is a 25 plus. And an investment account is definitely better than a savings account because savings gives you minimal interest. Minimal.
Very minimal.
They very minimal, and the banks are using your money to make money, but you're getting paid very little. Investment accounts allow you to make much more based on how the stock market is performing at any given time. Yes, there is a possibility that you will lose some money, but you have to think longer term. There's a bad moment or there's a bad market right now, but it will climb back. I have had sometimes when when the market was low and I lost alarming amounts of money, at least for me. But then, I come back and it has doubled, so you got to be willing to wait it out.
Yeah.
But whatever you put in there is better than nothing. So don't forget that. Guard your financial health. That's a critical part of self-care. Get you some money. Have you something set aside. The benefits of hobbies.
Yeah.
We talked about hobbies and some of our different hobbies. And I was looking at that one day and I was again struck by how many hobbies we have in common.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. But I hope you've gotten some hobbies because, again, that too is another way of expanding your mind. Just try some different stuff. See if you enjoy it. Sometimes you will find things that you enjoy so much that you can even make money off of it. For me, jewelry making was a hobby, and I like to sit there and I like to string the beads and I like to see, but then it became a way of me making some additional money. I didn't get rich off of it, but I can still right this moment go upstairs and find some things and I could go sell them if I need to. And as a matter of fact, I will be out at Juneteenth celebration in St. Luke, Opelika, this weekend, and I'll have a few of my pieces where I will be selling them. So we talked hobbies. Hopefully you have some hobbies. Hopefully you're expanding your mind. Hopefully you're finding some things that you just do and enjoy it, just for the pleasure of it. Just enjoy doing it. We talked about creating your personal space. We talked about how much you've enjoyed creating your space in your room.
Speaking of that, I'm redoing my art wall because I feel like every now and then it's no longer indicative of where I am, and so it's just time.
Yeah, because we continue to grow and evolve.
Yeah, and so right now I've changed kind of art styles of like what I'm into. So I'm trying to incorporate more of the art style that I'm fascinated by now. So I'm working on that.
Well, very good. And I've been working on my personal space a little more too. Yes, after we had that conversation, it made me think, okay, I want to go back and work on my space a little bit more. And so I've been working on it more, and I'm more satisfied with it. And as I continue in this area that I am, I'm going to continue to work on it. Yeah. So you approve, huh?
Yeah.
That's meaningful.
You have got to get some art on the wall right above the little, you know what I'm talking about.
Above the dresser?
You have like, oh my
But
goodness.
you know what? I realized the mirror is in the garage.
Oh, there's a mirror for that?
There's a huge mirror.
Oh,
I need to
never
put that. Yeah, I got to put that. But I do have a space, and I'm going to put that artwork, and I brought some canvases because there's some things I want to work on.
Like you're going to paint them?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to use some different art techniques. Some of the ones that I've used on some jewelry making, that marbling.
I'm going to say, is it going to be marble?
Some of it, yes.
That's exciting.
Yes. Because I like that. And those earrings that I made like that, they
Like
sold so
the
well.
water marble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sold so well.
I used to do that on my fingernails.
Yeah. I think that was where I first saw people doing it.
Water
And then I
marble.
started doing it on the jewelry, and I realized, okay, and I saw some different people, some different things. Anyway, we digress. But hopefully you have created your personal space that you can go and sit and enjoy. We talked about maintaining connections. How good are you at maintaining connections with your friends, with your associates, with your family even?
Yeah.
Have you gotten any better? So you were pretty good, or were you?
I was not good.
You were not good?
I'm still...
So you did not score high on that one?
No, I'm still not that great.
Me either. I am more conscious of it. I've been trying to do better.
I don't even know that I've been more conscious of it. I've just,
I'm definitely more conscious of it just because we talked about it. And because I have some friends who deliberately maintain connections with me, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to do that. Limiting the screen time. Now, that's something I've kind of been failing at lately.
Failing?
Limiting screen time.
I haven't been doing that great either, honestly.
Yeah, I haven't. I got my little screen report this week, and it was alarming.
I will say, I'm proud of the lack of social media in my life. But I do watch the screen a lot because I like to watch movies and stuff while I work. And so that's why my screen time is so high, because I'll get on Netflix or Hulu or something. But am I scrolling on social media all the time? No, I have gotten a lot better at that. So I will say that.
Well, between scrolling on social media
Scrolling.
and playing
Doom scrolling.
playing what is that? Solitaire.
You do love solitaire.
I love solitaire. And then I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube.
To me, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count?
No.
But it counted in my screen
It'll
time.
count on your screen time, but that's just a video playing. I don't know. I mean, it counts, but to me, it's better than just mindlessly scrolling through Facebook.
My screen time was 6 hours a day last week.
That's about where mine is. Because after you watch a few movies while you're at work, that's 6 hours.
That's ridiculous. But it made me pull out my notebook and my journals, and so now that 6 hours has to be cut down dramatically, because I've said I'm going to use that time to study a particular skill that I want to master by the end of the year. So no more 6 hour days for me. All right. We also talked about eating healthy.
Another masterclass.
Yeah. Was it a masterclass?
It was a little masterclass.
And that was the one we talked about last week, was eating healthy. And so we hope that you will just take a couple things from that eating healthy episode. If you're doing no more than increasing the number of vegetables and fruits that you have with your meals, that you will do that. Or that one day a week you will have as little fat as possible in your particular meal. Just think about it. We go through so many things on automatic pilot. I think a lot of what we've talked about in all these different 19 episodes tells you or encourages you to think and be more deliberate in the choices that you're making about yourself, about your health, about who you are, about what you want to be, about what you want to do, about your life, right? Because you ultimately create your life with the choices that you make. The energy that you give to certain things in your life creates the life that you have.
Absolutely.
Where you are in life right now, news for you. It's because of choices that you've made in your life. Okay? So, wherever you are, you can still change it. You can turn it around. You can make improvements. You can become more of this person other than that. I'm going to be less of a hermit. I'm promising myself that so if you see me out somewhere, I had a friend who told me one day, "Oh, Joyce, I can't believe you out. I will never see you out." And I've had multiple people who were surprised to know that I've been living in Opelika.
Wow.
For the past 30 years, because they thought I was living somewhere else. "Oh, you live in Opelika?" "Yes, I do. I just go to work and go home." So I'm going to practice on going outside and enjoying the outside a little bit more and seeing people and try to not become a hermit, because I have become one So
I feel like over the past few years, I think since graduating college, I've made like a big shift into kind of being more of who I want to be on purpose.
right. I
Instead
agree.
of just living as a result of what's happened to me.
Right.
Just being more deliberate about who I want to be.
Right, right. And not necessarily even just what's happened to you. I think you have transitioned from being my little girl to being your own grown woman.
That too.
So somebody else isn't dictating your life.
Yeah.
You're being more of you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Of course, I never thought you were like super controlling or anything.
Right, but still, it was not that I was necessarily controlling, but I was just kind of dictating, okay, now it's time to go to college. Okay, these,
Yeah.
no, those people are not who you should associate with,
Yeah.
those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Even my faith and my beliefs, although I still hope you will continue in my faith, but we all have a right to choose,
Yeah.
But anyway, so those are the episodes that we've had. We've had 19. Today is 20.
Wow.
Today we've talked way too long, but we wanted to do that recap
It was
for
a
you.
special recap episode.
Yes. So go back and look at some of those episodes that particularly spoke to you. And even for the one that did not resonate with you, go back and look at it again to see why it didn't resonate with you. And let us know about it. And then, what are some things you would like to see? What are some things you do for self-care that we haven't addressed yet? Because we still have multiple things on our list, but we want to know what you want to hear about. Do you have anything else you want to add to the discussion today?
I do not think so. We have covered a lot.
We have covered a lot. We've gone longer than ever.
Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, so whatever you do this week, take some time for your own self-care. Why, Adri?
Because you deserve it.
Yes, you absolutely deserve it. Good night.
Good night.